What is this expression telling us? This expression tells us that growth in output depends on all three factors. What are three factors? Growth in output is dependent on change in technology or growth in technology. Hello everyone, a very good afternoon. So students, today we are going to talk about past year question of UPSC Economics Optional. So the question is related to growth and developmental economics. And the question is, what is Solow residual and what are its implications? So this question was asked in 2017. Today we are going to discuss it. So see guys, we all know that output is the function of, I am writing the basic equation of output. Okay, so output is the function of capital and labor. I can open it and I can write it as a k to the power alpha and L to the power 1 minus alpha. This is Solow model, where A is representing the technological process, K is the capital and L is the labor. Now, to find Solow residual, we need to use the concept of growth accounting. So how to do it? See guys, we need to take the log of it. Okay, and if we remember the basic mathematical functions of log, so I can say if I take the log of this equation, so delta y upon y is equal to delta a, and delta represents the change. So I can say, what is this? This is growth in output upon output is equal to growth in technology upon initial technology plus alpha into growth in capital upon original capital plus 1 minus alpha delta L upon L. Okay? That's what we can say, right? So this is change or growth in output. This is change in technology. This is change in capital. This entire thing is change in capital. And this is change in labor or growth in labor. How labor grows? Due to increase in population. Anyway, so that's what the equation we get. Fine. Now see guys, this expression that we obtained here, what is this expression telling us? This expression tells us that growth in output depends on all three factors. What are three factors? Growth in output is dependent on change in technology or growth in technology, and change in capital or growth in capital, as well as change in labor or growth in labor. So growth in output is dependent on these three factors. Fine. All these three factors, they are responsible for growth in the output. Is it clear or not? Fine. Now see guys, if we literally talk about Solow residual, so Solow residual is actually delta A upon A. That is progress in technology. That's what Solow residual is. Now, in Solow model, we cannot tell that from where the technology came, how the technology got built up. Yeah? It is provided to us. So we cannot calculate literally that how much of the growth in the output is due to technology. I repeat, we cannot calculate specifically that how much of the growth is individually because of technological growth. Yes or no? Why? Because growth in output is dependent on all three factors: technological growth, capital growth, as well as labor growth. So you get total growth, and you cannot tell that this total growth of output is how much percentage of this total growth in output is dependent or is due to technology. Then how to find Solow residual? See, the way is simple mathematical way. Find out delta A by A. You have got the mathematical equation. Transfer these things to the left. So what will I get? Delta A upon A is equal to delta Y upon Y minus alpha into delta K upon K minus 1 minus alpha into delta Y, delta L upon L. By this methodology, since we know the total output and growth in output, subtract growth in capital and growth in labor from growth in output. Thereby, we can find that how much of the growth is due to technological growth. That's what our Solow residual is. Clear? Okay. Now see guys, what's the relevance of this Solow residual? So see, the Solow residual tells us that total factor production growth. What I mean? I mean that with the Solow residual, we realize that technology advancement leads to the increase in the efficiency of all factors. If technology is growing, so due to this, efficiency of capital will increase, efficiency of labor will increase, okay? Both of these factors, all the factors, they grow due to technological advancement or due to progress in the technology. That's the relevance of Solow residual. And I told you the method to find the Solow residual. Okay, then the question says that tell us the implications of Solow residual. What are the implications? So see, number one, Solow residual actually tells us about the sustained growth, continuous growth, and persistent improvement in the standards of living. So, the standard of living due to technological advancement, the standard of living will grow persistently, constantly, and the growth will also be a steady growth. Okay? Unlike to the saving rate growth, where saving rate is increased, then level of GDP increases, level of GDP per capita increases, the growth is not persistent. But in this case, growth is persistent, constant, and it is sustained. Okay? Standard of living improves. Second is technological, as I told you, technological process increases GDP per capita. Okay? Technological advancement is going to increase GDP per capita even if your economy is in the steady state. Because we know in Solow model what happens? We get diminishing returns to capital, right? So after steady state, the returns to capital starts diminishing, they start decreasing. But Solow residual tells us that if technology is improving, if technology is advancing, then you will get what? Then GDP per capita is going to increase even if the economy is in the steady state. Okay? So that's it for today, guys. This is the question from 2017. I explained it to you. I hope you find the video helpful. Thank you.